All right, rough drafts time. Playing some Dominaria Limited. Should be interesting. Hopefully we open some Baneslayer Angels, or at least some Yargles or something. Actually, probably not Yargle. I don't think Yargle's actually good in Limited. Two more players. So I have not really drafted. I did one draft and scrubbed out. So yeah, we're just exploring this format pretty much in the dark. So we'll stumble through, maybe do something cool, hopefully, perhaps. And we get our rare is Daring Archaeologist. Enters the battlefield, return an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast his historic spell, put a counter on it. Probably pretty reasonable. I don't know if it's a bomb, but it seems decent. Cast an artifact, grow it. Cast a legendary, a saga, grow it. Two memorials. I don't even know if these are the better memorials for Limited, so probably not those. Wrath is pretty sweet, although I'm not sure I want to take a 2-color card right off the bat. Animate Will's a fine pump spell. Arcane Flight is good in a Bogglesy style deck. Befuddle and Dark Bargain is card draw. We're probably just taking the rare. Chronicler, Keldon Overseer, Llanowar Scout. Yeah, I mean, let's try the rare. I have not played with this card at all, so it should be interesting. So basically, it makes us want to have artifacts, enchantments, or artifacts, legendaries, and sagas go up in value in our deck, especially artifacts since we can return them. So we have Quiden. Creatures with first strike have double strike. Not sure how many first strike Limited cards there are. Vicious Offering is a very good card. I don't know if we should be taking something in another color. It might be better to just keep taking white cards. Another Adamant Will. We would like to have some of these in our deck at some point. Vicious Offering is definitely the best card. 2/2 double strike. I mean, I guess with equipment and stuff, it gets good, and equipment are artifacts, so it works well with our Daring Archaeologist. That makes sense. We're definitely going to want to focus on Sarah Disciple. Oh, and it has first strike. And it wants historic spells. I don't know if this card is actually great, but it does work with both of our first two picks. Maybe we're building a sweet mono white deck. Dub is probably very good in our deck. It also gives first strike. Memorial of Glory is good. The Tapper, probably fine. Let's take Sarah Disciple. Hopefully we get some legends and artifacts. Basically, those cards are going way up in value. We're going to play artifacts and legends and sagas that we normally probably wouldn't play because they happen to work really well with all our picks so far. For example, Short Sword. I don't think Short Sword is great. It's probably actually pretty bad, but it does trigger all of our cards. If we want to go into another color, Academy Journey Mage can be pretty good if we want to head towards blue-white. There was that Wrath in the first pack. It's possible it comes back. Dark Bargain is fine. Voltaic Servant's kind of meh. Not really the artifact we're hoping for. I think it's Journey Mage or just the Short Sword. Let's say Journey Mage. I think the Short Sword is probably going to table anyway, so maybe it's not worth picking there. Well, Mono Black, wide open. Unfortunately, we're nowhere near playing a Mono Black deck. Oragos is pretty big. Pegasus Courser. When it attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until end of turn. Kind of sweet with our double striker. Kind of sweet with this as well. Another Adamant Will. We should be getting some of those on the wheel. Urgros is kind of in the conversation. It is a legend, so it does trigger our historic stuff. It's a long ways away from what we were planning. I think we just take the Pegasus. Take the Pegasus, see where we end up. Man, apparently no one plays Adamant Will. There's just Adamant Wills going around the table like crazy. I think every pack has had one. When it enters the battlefield, exile a historic permanent you control. If you do, return that card to the battlefield beginning of the next end step. So it can save our knight, basically. It's also 5 mana. We could just take Academy Drake. Maybe we're just kind of like blue-white flyers, and hopefully we sneak in. Oh, man. Ugh. All right. Well, come on, deck. We need historic spells. Give us historic spells or give us death. Sorcerer's Wand. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It is an artifact. If it's a wizard, it deals 2 damage. Invoke the Divine actually has a decent amount of targets in this format. Healing Grace. Let's just take Relic Runner. Arcane Flight. I guess that's kind of sweet on Quiden. Syncopate's okay. We'd rather this be artifact, historic, etc. It doesn't trigger our stuff, which might mean we just can't play it. Let's take Syncopate. Rescue, no. Snapper, probably not. Lava Runner can be decent, but not in our deck. I guess we take Snapper, just in case. Alright, we'll take Dub. Take Divination. So we're looking like a blue-white flyer deck. The problem is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that care about historic spells, and we have 1 historic spell. So for the rest of this draft, we'd really like to try to be more historic. Although just like dubbing can be pretty good. Charge, Dark Bargain. We'll take Charge. Hate drafting isn't really a thing in leagues. Take the last cards in the pack. Alright. Come on, Bomb. Ooh. Rite of Bells and Lock. It is historic. It's not really in our colors. It seems powerful though. Make a bunch of tokens, make a 6/6. We have a lot of white and blue cards. What do we have if we're sticking the white-blue plan? We could take Astral Glider. It's not good, but it does trigger historic and pump our stuff. It does come back to the graveyard from Daring Archaeologist. We could take another Sarah Disciple, but that's another non-historic card. I don't think we can really go into another color. There's not much blue to mention. Do we care that much about an artifact that we're going to take this card over like Sarah Disciple? Rite of Bells and Lock is probably the best card in this pack by a long shot, but it's double black. Let's take Disciple. Take Disciple. Trust that we get some of this stuff on the wheel. Well, gonna take Blessed Light. We need removal. Also not historic. But we really do, I'm not just saying this, we really do gotta focus on, Fall of Thran. That's historic. I don't know how great it is. Weight of Memory is also sweet, as is Blink of an Eye. How good is Fall of the Thran? So we like curve out with flyers. We play this, blow up the lands. We could just take an actual decent card, some card draw maybe. Fall of the Thran seems sweeter in Constructed, where you can build around it. In Limited, I'm not 100% sure, but we do need historic spells. Rona would be sweet if we could cast it. I don't know if we can splash easily enough, though. Alright, Weight of Memory. Come on. Oh, man. Well, take Academy Drake. Ew, no historic. Another one. All of our stuff cares about historic, but we have no historic spells. Well, I guess we're just 1/1 flyer beatdown. Mirari's Conjecture. It's a historic spell. Apparently just Sarah Disciple is not a thing that anyone does. So we can get back instant, Syncopate, Blessed Light. We can get back Weight of Memory. It is historic. We could find more spells. I don't think we can take another Sarah Disciple. Alright, we're going to take Mirari's Conjecture. Not sure it's worth it, but we're going to try. Good God. Alright, well, new plan. We just are going to take every Sarah Disciple, and for pack 3, if it's historic and it's in our colors, we're taking it. I don't care if it's the silly 0/5 wall that is horrible. We just gotta take it. We need any artifact, any legend, just anything to trigger these Sarah Disciples, because we have 5 of them, and they're not great as 1/1 flyers. But if we can be casting historic spells, they can win a lot of games. This deck would probably be awesome as a mono white deck if we had enough cards for it. Just like all the Sierra Disciples, play bad artifacts, and hopefully win. We definitely need artifacts for this Daring Archaeologist too, which is looking, draw a card, then discard a card, unless you exile a historic card. Well, that's an artifact. We will take it. It counts. It's even on curve with our Sarah Disciples. Arcane Flight, no. Guardian of Koilos, okay. Can reset our Mirari's Conjecture. So we got a couple artifacts. Those are historic spells. I guess we'll take Charge. We could just try to charge as well. We have 2 charges. All these 1/1 flyers, if we can charge them, become a little bit more exciting. Maybe just take the Adamant Will. We don't have enough historic spells for Artificer's Assistant. We might play this in the main deck. It's possible. 3/5 kicker, return an artifact, graveyard to hand. Well, we'll take it. Take a Syncopate. Well, come on, something historic. A bomb legend would be the best. That would be our dream. Some sort of bombing legend, like Baneslayer Angel. That would be the best. And we get, the opposite. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. That requires legends. Our only artifact is Sparring Construct, which should come back. Knight of Grace is an actual good card, so I think we'll just take Knight of Grace. Ooh, Mishra Self-Replicator. Ooh, on Sarah's Wings. Mishra Self-Replicator is sweet, but I'm not sure we have enough historic spells to go off. I think we just take on Sarah's Wings. It's historic, it pumps our stuff. Ooh, Seal Away. Well, that's not historic, but it's a good removal spell. Oh, you need a legendary creature or planeswalker to take an extra turn. It is historic because it's legendary. So, legendary creatures, we have Quiden and on Sarah's Wings turn something into a legend. That's not a lot for what we're trying to do. I guess we just take Aven Sentry. So what are we not playing? Not playing 2 Syncopates. We might not be able to play the Mirari Conjecture. Maybe not Dub. Ooh, alright. I mean, this card isn't ooh, here's all the good cards. Well, I think we gotta take Baird because it's legendary. And being legendary is pretty important to what we're trying to do. It has hexproof and it leaves the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Probably just take another Adamant Will. Actually, no, let's take Unwind for the sideboard. Tempest Shin. Ugh. If only we could cast it. Can we run another Guardian of Koilos? Opt is probably the best card. Tempest Jin we just can't cast. They can loop each other. Let's take it. Let's take it. Joyra's Familiar. Alright. That's not a great card in our deck, but it is an artifact. Yeah, let's take the... Alright. Snappers. All the snappers. Turtle sideboard. We can always turtle up if things go wrong. Alright, what are we not playing? We gotta cut a couple cards. Mirari's Conjecture, what does this actually do in our deck? It can get back... we can't do it. It's an artifact, but... I said bad, but I didn't mean unplayable. I don't think we can Navigator's Compass. We'll take Unwind. Let's take... Maybe Guardian Looping is a actual plan. Take an Opt. Because Mirari's Conjecture... I don't think we have enough cards to make it work. We're just kind of taking random things. We got to cut 4 cards, so probably Opt. For historic spells, we got Guardian, Guardian, Guardian. This can get back Blessed Light. Yeah, we don't have enough cards for Mirari's Conjecture. Historic, historic, historic. Okay, I guess if we play all those Guardians, we actually have a reasonable number of historic spells. Courser, I don't know if we can. That's a lot of random 5-drops. We got to cut 2 cards. So we're going to keep Sarah Disciple. I guess we're going to keep Rigging Runner. Or Relic Runner. Keep Tome. Courser, Academy Drake, Divination, Sentry. I really hate to cut. Maybe we cut Pegasus Courser. We already have a lot of flyers. And then we probably got to cut a Guardian. Just go 2 Guardians. I guess even just picking up another random legend and triggering our stuff is fine. Alright, let's try it like that. We don't have a lot of removal, but we have a lot of evasive creatures. So maybe we did get a few historic spells. Let's give it a shot. Alright, be back with round 1 in just a minute. Alright, back here with round 1 of our rough drafts. Playing some historic flyers? Something like that. Yeah, sounds fine. Plains go. I mean, this hand's not exciting, but it's playable. Mountain for our opponent, and passes. More lands. Alright, play Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. 4 is for our opponent. And a goblin. More lands. Well, get in with Sarah Disciple. We might be doing a tiny bit of flooding. Opponent. Mountain. Kalden Overseer. Getting in 4-5. Yep. Down to 15. Oh, deck. Well, play a Plains. Play Daring Archaeologist. And I guess we pass. Not looking good. The joys of limited. Kills our Sarah Disciple. Goes attacking. Now we got a block. I'm sure there's a blowout coming. Run a monk. Gets in some damage. We draw. More lands. Well, I mean, that's how limited works. Sometimes you just draw all lands, and I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. Our opponent's already played more spells than we have drawn this game. Opponent, getting in. Well, we got to trade. We don't really have a choice. We have nothing going on. Down to 10. Opponent. Goblin's back. Opponent's in the tank. Passes. Well, play a land. I guess we just pass. I don't even think there's a reason to play Academy Drake as a 2/2. Alright. 3/3 legendary thing. And passes. Well, play a plains. I mean, I guess we just try to kick this Academy Drake past the turn. Opponent. We're dead to so much. Untamed Kavu. Yep. Pumps this thing. Goes attacking. And I don't know if we have a card that comes back from here. We do not. I mean, I guess we play Knight of Grace. Play Guardian of Koilos. Pass the turn. If our opponent has nothing, then we like double block Untamed Kavu, but it seems pretty unlikely that that's how this is going to work out. Yep, alright. Opponents got Goblin Barrage, and they have the one Goblin in their deck, so I mean, that's a combo. Sometimes you you draw your one Goblin and your Goblin Barrage. Yeah, I mean, yeah, on the sideboarding. And yeah, I don't think there's a lot we can do. I think we run it back and hope that we get a functional hand of magic cards instead of just drawing 8 lands and 3 spells. We even have card draw. Like, in theory, our deck should be able to smooth out some of those rough edges a little bit since we got Weight of Memory, we got Divination, but in that game it just didn't work out. In that game, we were the no-action deck, and our opponent was the all-action deck. Alright, we are on the play. And, I mean, we'll try this. We actually have, like, a reasonable mixture of lands and spells. That might be famous last words, as we probably draw 17 lands in a row, and that's the game. Knight of Grace. Pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. Well, play the plains. Get in with Knight of Grace. Yeah, let's just Divination. Draw a couple cards. Ooh, alright. Well, this hand actually comes with a bit of action. Opponent, Calvin Overseer. Getting frisky-ish. Down to 17. Well, play the plains. Play... Play Daring Archaeologist. Get in with Knight of Grace. And pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. Opponent's looking over their options. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we'll take it. Yep. Down to 14. Opponent passes? Alright. Well, play an island. Play Joyer Familiar. Pump Archaeologist. Play Urza's Tome. Pump Archaeologist. Go attacking. What is this? Untaps the Kelvin Overseer. Trades with our Daring Archaeologist. Yep. Well, I guess that's fine-ish. Skitherix. Alright, get in there, opponent. Down to 9. Well, let's go attacking. Play Sarah Disciple. Get rid of Skitherix. Pass the turn. Seems like we're in pretty okay-ish shape here. Especially because if our opponent taps out, we get down this on Sarah's Wings for a big attack. Would have been super sweet if our Daring Archaeologist was alive, but it's still pretty good. Untamed Kavu. Just as a 2/2. Alright. And the Fire Fletcher. Opponent passes. Well, play Sarah Disciple. On Sarah Wings. Our Knight of Grace. Do some attacking. Hit our opponent to 3. Go up to 12. Pass the turn. And what do you got, opponent? There's a mountain. And Skitherix. Okay. All the Skitherixes. Does this mean we're dead? Hopefully not. I guess we could be dead to a pump spell. Opponent goes attacking. Block Skitherix. Oh, alright. Wow, that is a lot of Skitherixes. Definitely worth being aware that our opponent's like Skitherix.deck. Gonna be on the draw. How do we deal with Skitherix? I guess Baird is pretty good. Alright, let's just run it back. Oh boy. This is the opposite of game 1. We have... Alright. On Sarah Wings to the bottom. Boy. Well, come on, white mana, I guess? Nope. Island go. Well, we are a considerable way away from doing anything. No land. We'll play Urza's Tome. Pass the turn. I guess maybe we should have just kept mulliganing and mulliganing. We really have to hit a land this turn to have any chance. Okay, kills our artifact. Opponent's got all the lands. Alright, it's a plains. Well, that's something at least. So we do get to play Magic. If our opponent starts playing Skitherixes, it's pretty bad for us. But land drop means we do get to keep playing. Keldon Overseer and Shivanfire. White Sorcerer would be pretty spectacular. Opponent gets in for 3. Well, play Academy Drake. No land. Pass the turn. Goes attacking. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll block. We're the ones missing land drops. Run amok. Kills our Drake. Gets in for 4. Land, please, deck. Please. Opponent plays a land. Passes. Alright. Joyra's Familiar past the turn. Oh, there's that thing. Oh my goodness. Whoo, lordy lordy. Opponent's got all the removal. Come on, deck. Well, let's play Baird. Pass the turn. This at least makes it difficult for our opponent to keep attacking. It shuts down the Skitherixes. Alright. Spider. Opponent passes. Well, let's pass the turn. We're still not in good shape here. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Pays. Well, block the spider. Kill this thing. Opponent passes. Well, let's get in. 4-2. Play sentry. Pass the turn. Goes to combat. And passes. Well, divination. Draw a couple cards. Play Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Now, 2 lands are not super exciting. Uh-oh. Sprout Swarm's not very good unless our opponent has some pump spells or something. That's a lot of mana to pay to attack with Baird out. Land. Last card. Uh-oh. Enters the battlefield. Return an instant or sorcery. Alright. Opponent gets to get back Shivanfire to kill our Baird. That's not good for us. Opponent passes. We will draw land. Well, kick a Drake. Pass the turn. Gonna need some action here. Our On Sarah's Wings is at the bottom of our library. Opponent's passing. Ooh, Daring Archaeologist. Well, play Daring Archaeologist. Get back Urza's Tome. Play Urza's Tome. Trigger our stuff. That was not a bad draw. Pass the turn. I'm assuming our opponent's gotta kill Baird. Yup. Alright. Untaps. Oh dear. Skitherix. Okay, opponent. Getting in. Spider is definitely holding back our aggression. No attacks? Interesting. Alright, opponent passes. Well, let's Weight of Memory. Mill our opponent. Play Sarah Disciple. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. We're staying alive. We're not really making progress yet. We'll see who has a huge bomb. We are drawing extra cards, which is good. Well, let's draw. Exile Baird? Actually, let's just discard. We have enough lands. Discard a Plains. Play Guardian of Koilos. Pump our stuff. Yeah, no bouncing. Play the land, pass the turn. So we really need to find a way to get rid of this spider. If we get rid of this spider, then we can start getting in the air. Opponent passes. Well, draw a card. Yeah, we'll get rid of Baird. Play a plains. 13 cards in our deck. How do we close out this game? Play Relic Runner. Do we want to wait? We can wait and like start looping these guardians. I'm not sure how helpful that is. I guess it's pretty good. Play Guardian, trigger our stuff, because it's growing our Daring Archaeologist. So Guardian, bounce Guardian. So at least we're making some progress. Pass the turn. If we ever get rid of this spider, opponent, passing. So play Journey Mage, bounce the spider, play Guardian, trigger our stuff, bounce Guardian, and we gotta get in some damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, get in for 7. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Here comes spider. Yup. Opponent passes. Well, play Guardian. Bounce Guardian. Pass the turn. Eventually, I guess we can just get this Daring Archaeologist big enough that we can attack through whatever our opponent's doing. Forest. Well, let's draw a card. Get rid of the familiar. Untap. Plains. Play Sarah Disciple. Play Guardian. Trigger our stuff. And then I guess we just start pinging in with this Relic Runner. I guess that's a way to close this out very slowly. So pick up Guardian. Get in with Relic Runner. Pass the turn. Forest for our opponent. Well, draw a card. Discard a plains. Untap. Play Guardian. Trigger our stuff. What happens if we just all-out attack? How bad is it? Pick up Guardian. It's probably less risk to just wait. We don't want to overextend and lose on the backswing, even though just attacking might be safe here. Play the plains, pass the turn. Unfortunately, I think our On Sarah's Wings is the very bottom card of our deck. Draw Urza's Tome. Or draw with Urza's Tome. That's not bad. Discard the plains. Untap. Play Quiden. Pump our stuff. This should do it. Because now we can just attack with our flyers. Play Guardian. Pump our stuff. And I think our Sarah Disciple's actually going to get there this time. Man, our Daring Archaeologist is 12 power. Well, I guess our deck has some power for the late game. Pick up Guardian. Yup. Go to combat. Attack, 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 attack. And our opponent scoops it up. Alright. Whoo, boy, we got there. That was a close match, but our deck has some late game power. Late game power to overcome some of the stumbly mana. Sweet. Whoo, sweet. Alright, on to round number 2 of our blue-white Mulligan's Rough Draft. One-time deck, just give us a nice hand. Alright, well, let's put this to the bottom. This isn't the worst 6 that I've ever seen. Playing for our opponent, and the Dauntless Bodyguard. Plains Goo. Hopefully we draw something we can play on turn 2. Like one of our million Sarah whatevers. The 2/1 first strike flyer. Pretty good against Dauntless Bodyguard. Opponent passes, please? No 2-drop? Ugh, 2-drop. Ooh, 2/1/1s. Oh boy. Plains Goo. Well, Baird, if it sticks around, can be helpful. Our flyers are super good blockers if we find them. Opponent, getting in for 4. Yeah, come on, no follow-up. We really need the not curve out from 1 to 3, please. Ugh. Oh, boy. Good lord. More lands. Okay, divination. Pass the turn. We're kind of in very rough shape. Wow, pump some. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy mother of mercy. Well, that was quite the start. Apparently Shauna's good, and we mulliganed and got a slow hand, and we're going to scoop it up. Whoa! All right. Well, we didn't... Oh, man, one Sarah Disciple would have been such a big deal in that game. All right. Well, yeah, let's run it back. I mean, I think that was just, one of those hands, those limited hands. You do the mulligan, you don't have anything to play until turn million, and you don't win. We get to play first. All right, this is a little better. At least our curve starts at a reasonable time. Planes go. Planes for our opponent. And Sparring Construct. Well, play Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. The first strike on this actually makes it a pretty good blocker against our opponent's deck. Planes for our opponent. Triumph of Gerard. Pumping the dorks, pumping the dorks. Alright. Opponent gets in for 2. Opponent's all out aggressive. We'll play the planes. Play Academy Drake. Get in with Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Opponent gets a counter on the sparring thing. Plays a land. Benelish Marshall. Gets in for 4. Well, we play a planes. Play on Sarah's wings. Pump, pump. Go attacking. Pass the turn. And then next turn we can Academy Journey Mage, the Sparring Goblin, which has been pretty annoying. Yeah, we're not going to block here. We will take the beads. Sure, you got us. Down to 10. Opponent passes. We'll play a planes and Academy Journey Mage. Bounce the thing with the counters. Go attacking. And pass the turn. Tragic Poet. Oh, alright. Can get back the Triumph of Gerard. Run it back. Opponent passes. Well, let's go attacking with our flyers. Play Sarah Disciple. Play Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Planes for our opponent. We're all the way back up to 16, too. Big attack. Let's just block Tragic Poet. This plays around that charge, whatever the 1-mana pump thing is. Down to 11. Alright, call the Cavalry. Do we win here? I think so. Overtapping. Urza's Tome. Pump, 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 and that should be lethal. Oh, actually, it puts our opponent to 1? How greedy are we? We go to 14. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think we got to leave back an extra blocker. Hit our opponent to 3. Pass the turn. Okay. Pump spell. Equips. Well, block, block. Charge. Okay, yeah, block, block. There's the charge. But we kill Benelish Marshall. Drop to 5. Come on, Historic Spell. Well, let's exile. Untap. Alright. There's Guardian. Play Guardian. Pump, pump. Whoo! We got there. Opponent's deck is super aggressive. On Sarah's wings is the only reason we were able to stay in that game. Do we have... we don't have much that's good against just straight up attack, attack, attack. We could try to race and bring in our own charges. I guess Baird is good. Alright, run it back. Opponent's on the play, which is especially scary. Alright, this hand's fine. Yeah, we'll keep it. See how aggressive our opponent is. Planes go. Well, planes go. Archaeologist can be good if we hit our land drops. Ooh, Baird too. Well, play Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Come on, land! We need a land. Pegasus Corsair. Land? Alright, there's a planes. So let's just Relic Runner. Pass the turn. Hopefully Baird is going to be excellent here for us for our opponent. Gaia's Protector. Opponent passes. I'll play a planes. Can we play Archaeologist? Yeah, let's play Archaeologist. Pass the turn. We are taking a big hit in the air. Forest. Opponent gets in, yep. So 5 in the air. Oh, no. And we got a chump? That's annoying. Ugh. Ugh. That's not good at all. Tragic Poet. Opponent passes. Well, play the Plains. Play Journey Mage. Bounce Protector. Get in with Archaeologist. Ugh. Here comes the Sapperlings. Blocks, blocks, blocks. Okay. Yup. Not ideal, not ideal. Not ideal. Pass the turn. Maybe we should have kept waiting. I guess 4 mana up would suggest Spore Swarm. There's Protector again. And Knight of New Benalia. Opponent gets in for 2 in the air. Yup. They'll play Baird. Get in for 2. Pass the turn. We're going to need Insera's Wings, I think. I wish we still had that Daring Archaeologist. That might end up being an issue. Opponent. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Alright. Gives it flying. Yeah, well, we're going to trade down, unfortunately. Down to 12. Mesa Unicorn. Opponent passes. I'll play a Plains. Play Sentry. Play Urza's Tome. Go attacking. Wow, opponent's going to spend a charge. Alright. Yep. Well, kill Tragic Poet. There's the charge. Well, let's see if we can beat what our opponent has going on. It's going to be close. Opponent attacks with everything. Ooh. Alright, well. We got to kill this. We take 3. Man, we could use a removal spell. Well, there's an island. Wait a memory, mill our opponent, draw some cards. Seal Away is very, very, very good. So good that we are just going to cast it right now and get rid of this Pegasus. Pass the turn. Oh, we might be stabilizing. Ooh, Quiden, okay. We also have one of those. Well, we'll play Quiden and pass the turn. Opponent passes. Well, let's start drawing cards. This is our advantage here. Actually, let's just discard a Plains. Untap. Play Sarah Disciple. Double strike. And pass. Actually, let's draw now. Draw a card. Exile Baird. Play the island. Play Academy Drake. Pass the turn. Plains for our opponent. And passes. Well, let's loot. On Sarah's Wings. That's the card. That's the card that can do it. We just gotta watch out for removal. We have to avoid removal. So discard the Plains. Play Guardian of Koilos. Pump Sarah Disciple. No bouncing. Get in with our flyers. If we can get in 1 hit with On Sarah's Wings, it should swing the game. Plains. Play that last card. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Sapperling Migration. All right, opponent made a bunch of things, but they're out of cards, which means On Sarah's Wings is going to come down. Do we draw first? Yeah, let's loot. Discard a Plains. On Sarah's Wings. Pump, pump. Attack, attack, attack. Gain 6. Hit our opponent for $1 billion. Down to 3. Pass the turn. This is it. Opponent's got to win this turn. Do we get there? On Sarah's Wings? Quiden? Stealing the win and heading to the finals with blue-white historic flyers? Urza's Tome has been pretty impressive. I've been very happy with this card. At least 2 of our games, just having out that loot effect has let us beat an opponent who did not have that effect. And we got the GGs. Oh, man, we got there. We got there. Oh, what a close game. Whew. Well, I think we played pretty well there. We played around the pump spells pretty well. And On Sarah's Wings, real deal. Sweet. On to the finals. On to the finals. All right. On to the finals of our rough draft. Blue-white historic flyers. And, all right. I mean, we got a good flyer curve. Flyer, flyer, bad flyer, but flyer. I mean, it's not as bad in our deck. It's bad, but it's not as bad. That flavor text. You could say it's my pet project. Well, that's going to be a tad bit slow. Ye old blood tallow candle. Although our opponent's in the finals. I tried this card because I was desperate in the first draft deck I did of Dominaria, and maybe it's better than it looks, but boy did it feel slow to me. It felt really slow. Ooh, Tome. Tome is pretty awesome. But I think we gotta wait. Play a Plains. Actually, let's just attack first. Get in with Sarah Disciple. Hit our opponent for 1. Play the Academy Drake. Pass the turn. 4 is for our opponent. And Yavmaya Safford. Yup. And passes. Well, play the Island. Play Joyra's Familiar. Pumps Air Disciple. I mean, we got the flyer beads. Get in, get in. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Ooh, opponent's going 3 colors. Gets in for 2. No pump spells. That's good to know. Down to 18. Okay, fights our little flyer. Guardians of Koilos. That's actually kind of sweet. So we get to play a Plains. Play Urza's Tome. Play Guardians of Koilos. The discount is actually coming in here. We actually got +2 mana from Joyra's Familiar. Get in. Now we can start looting. Urza's Tome has been great. It has been super good. Opponent. Lots of manas. Ugh, Mammoth Spider. That's obnoxious. Opponent passes. Oh. Less annoying. Blessed Light your Mammoth Spider. That was a good draw. Attack with everything. We're going to press our advantage. See if we can close out this game. This has been our draw functioning at peak jank. Down to 7. Pass the turn. Our opponent can eventually skip their turn to kill one of our creatures. Alright, Llanowar Envoy and an island. Opponent passes. Yeah, attack with everything. Opponent blocks and blocks. Wow. Down to 3. Well, play Sarah Disciple. So we have another lethal threat. Pass the turn. And Candle doesn't do it. Opponent needs 2 things here. And our opponent scoops it up. Whew, well, that was our deck basically being as good as our deck could be. That was pretty excellent. Okay. I guess we just keep it like this. Huh, maybe this deck's good. Maybe you just draft all the Sarah Disciples and you win the game. I don't even feel like we had a lot of historic spells, but maybe it's good enough. Alright, sure. We got our janky little Guardian Loop. Swamp for our opponent. And passes. Well, Plains, go. Opponent. Island. And passes. Ooh, Baird. Alright, well, Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Tron assembled for our opponent. Sultitron. Academy Drake. Boo, that can actually block us. I'll play Relic Runner. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. We do get to start playing historic stuff next turn. Baird, and then just start Guardians and Guardians. Opponent. No attacks. I'll play an island. Play Baird. Trigger Sarah Disciple. Alright, Dark Bargain for our opponent. I'm glad they did this now, because I was a little nervous about attacking into potential pump spells, but now we know there's no pump spells to worry about. So we're just getting in for 4. We might be able to hold this Academy Drake to kick. Opponent did just draw 2. Plays a Forest. What is it? Spider. Spider is such a good blocker. Or not. Krosan Druid. Okay, that's fine. Opponent passes. I'll play a Plains. Play Guardian of Koilos. Trigger Sarah Disciple. No bouncing. No bounce. And do some attacking. Alright, Vicious Offering. Sure. Well, hit our opponent at 12, pass the turn. Cloud Reader Sphinx. Does some scrying. That is big and flying. Huh. We might just have to kill that. Plays a land. Ooh, both on top. That's scary. Well, let's get it with Guardian. See how our opponent blocks. Blocks and blocks. So I guess we're just going to kill the Druid and get the 2-for-1. Pass the turn. We still got to get through this Sphinx. Oh, hopefully this isn't like Madrotha. Oh my god. Well, we used our removal, and that's a Madrotha. This is going to be very hard. Well, kick an Academy Drake. Yeah, I guess we should have held on to our Blessed Light, just in case our opponent was to have a Bomb Mythic, like such. Oh boy. It looks like our janky historic spells might be meeting their match with Bomb Mythics. Academy Drake is back. Opponent. Passing. I mean, when we play Guardian of Koilo, sure, it pumps. No, we're not going to pick anything up. Get in with Sarah Disciple, but our opponent can just keep recasting. And they keep getting back Song of Freyalise. Yeah. I think this is essentially an unbeatable loop. Madrotha is... We don't even have any removal left, do we? They're going to kick this Baloth Gorger. Yeah, I don't think we can beat this. Madrotha! Whew, boy! Dear God. That is a strong magic card. Well, if you're going to go down without having any rares in your deck, might as well go down to one of the coolest mythics in the set. And a deck that's got some tricks. Song of Freyalise, yeah, kind of cool. There's a Gorger. And Caligo Witch thing. Opponent passes. Sarah Disciple. Yeah, we're just going to call it a day. We can't beat this looping. This is just going to keep putting counters on things, trampling, indestructible, come back, do it again. So that's a pretty unbeatable loop when we don't have any removal left. Well, win quick or hold our Blessed Light. Maybe we bring in Syncopates. That might be worth it. Or at least a Syncopate, just to have another hard removal spell. I don't know what we're going to go down. That's the question. Academy Drake, Divination, Sentry. How do we squeeze in Syncopate? Because this is for the win. Everything comes down to this. Yeah, let's cut Archaeologist. Bring in one Syncopate. Well, now that we know Madrotha's a thing, we can try to play around it. Or just mulligan a bit. Alright, I mean, we'll keep this. Not happy with this hand. We gotta keep the land. Plains go. This is not the super fast start we were hoping for against our opponent's deck. Forest. And passes. So, land go. Opponent. Island. And passes. There's our Sarah Disciple. Well, play Drake. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oh boy. Opponent's been doing a good job of hitting Tron. 3 colors, no problems. Get in with Academy Drake. We haven't even really seen fixing. Our opponent's just like, yeah, we'll play one each basic on turn 3. Tapping, untapping, tapping. Deep Freeze on our Sentry. And passes. Well, get in with Drake. Hit our opponent. Play, I guess, one Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Song of Freyalise for our opponent. Land. And a Gorger. Alright, deck. Give us something good. Plains. I guess we play Guardian of Koilos. We gotta hope our opponent doesn't have anything sweet in hand. This Song of Freyalise by itself is gonna be a problem. Hit our opponent to 12. So Song of Freyalise. Opponent... if they had Muldrotha here, it's so bad for us. Oh dear. That's a... Whew, gain 10? Boo! Alright. Weight of Memory. I don't think we can mill our opponent. I think we have to mill ourselves. But we could mill our only... We don't have many removal spells, honestly. They don't have Madrotha in hand. We really need our On Sarah's Wings. I'm scared of milling it. Because we can't get it back. Yeah, we'll mill our opponent. It's greedy, but we'll do it. We mill, well, 3 action cards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 we'd be taking. Well, attack with everything. We're just going to take the hit from the song. Hit our opponent to 15. The gain 10 was pretty bad. Song of Freyalise. And this is a permanent pump, remember. Llanowar Elves. I guess we get to block a druid with our wall here. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Yeah, we'll block. Drop to 12. Opponent passes. Planes. Well, get in with our flyers. This is still our way of closing out the game. Hit our opponent. Play Sarah Disciple. Play Sarah Disciple. Play Knight of Grace. We need... Uh-oh. Okay, kills our Guardian. If we draw our double strike Knight thing off the top, we actually just win the game. Opponent's going to get frisky. This is really tough. This is so tough. There is a +4/+4 pump spell, which means if we don't block, we could die to 1 spell. The other problem is if we triple block and try to take advantage of our first strike, then we could get blown out by that pump spell. The other option is our opponent hasn't played like they've had pump spells, I will say. And they don't work particularly well with Madrotha. Let's not block. Let's take it. Down to 4. Come on, double strike Knight off the top. Oh, did they draw Madrotha? Grun! Oh my goodness. Come on, double strike Knight. Planes. Do we divination? If we hit the double strike Knight, we win. So we're going to have to block this. We're at 4. Opponent's got 1 card. The other option is just play Guardian. Get in for 6, maybe 8. Probably 6. Then we block here. We block here. We block here. We block here. We got to block a lot of creatures. We attack with these 3. We have 4 blockers. We need to block 4 creatures, so we'd be dead to a removal spell. If we divination and whiff, we can't actually cast anything. Alright, let's try it. Come on. Come on, double strike Knight. And I think this is game now. Hit our opponent for 2. Pass the turn. Yeah. Now we just get our board wrath. Oh, we were so close. Opponent attacks. Block here. Block here. Block here. Drop to 1. I guess we're still drawing live to double strike Knight. Opponent passes. Our deck is not cooperating. Oh, that is a sad way to end. Play the planes. Pass the turn. Well, that was not the best time to have a bunch of lands in a row on top of our deck. Even if we didn't draw the double strike Knight, if we'd at least drawn a spell, we would have had something going on. So now we need to block here, chump and chump. Opponent drew something. Oh no, something good. Oh, the best. Well, we were super close. I guess we can't really complain. It's only our second draft. Journey Mage doesn't do it. Well, we end with a brutal loss in the finals. Well, the deck actually ended up being pretty good. I'm a little disappointed about the loss in the finals. But that's limited. Limited happens. I mean, I guess that's Magic in general, but we had a shot. Like, we were a card away. And even if we drew something, we would have still been in the game to some extent. But opponent had Madrotha on the top with no card draw. We had a bunch of lands with card draw, so Yeah, that's magic. Still a fun format, though, and I think our deck actually proved to be relatively good. Wish we had a couple more historic spells, but we'll take it, I guess. I mean, we technically come out ahead with the 2-1 in the competitive draft, so yeah. Well, that's been our Dominaria Rough Drafts. Deck was sweet. We did some cool things. Unfortunately, we succumb in the finals, but anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.